What's up, everybody? I'm the Dividend Hunter, and this is my dividend portfolio for the month of June. Starting from the right to the left, my Acorns account is at 216. My Roth is at 1,087. The stocks that I'm investing in currently right now is MSTY, CONY, OXSQ, BITO, and AIPI. My portfolio is currently ahead of the S&P 500 by 1.6%. Or it's equivalent to $17.33. For the month of June, MSTY paid me $7.63. BITO paid me $4.58. AIPI paid me $1.20. CONY paid me $6.28. SACH paid me $1.95. And SCHD paid me $1.08. My total dividends for this month was $22.72. This has definitely been one of the lowest dividend months I've had since I've started this portfolio, but if you watch my previous video that I did the month before, I explained as to why I would be making less dividends this month, and that's because I sold most of my MSTY so I could go ahead and get inside the truck that I wanted to for work, but I also wanted to buy into other monthly dividend paying stocks like AIPI, CONY, BITO, and I wanted to raise those shares up so I could start gaining more monthly income. My best and worst performance stocks of June was Coney at 19%, AIPI at 7%, MSTY at 1.8%, and then my worst performance was OXSQ at a negative 3.4%, and BITO was at a negative 1.7%. I bought 14 shares of MSTY in the month of June, 29 shares of Coney, 10 shares of OXSQ, and then I sold all of my shares of SCHD, SACH, and Ford. And my projected dividends for the month of July is $67.89. I have $43 dividend from MSTY, $7 dividend from BITO, $1.24 dividend from AIPI, $15 dividend from CONY, and then I have a OXSQ dividend at the very bottom, but it's kind of hard to see. I think it's like 10 cents. And then my portfolio is ahead of the S&P 500 by 1.6%, or it comes out to $17.33. This is all projection-wise, so it's not 100% accurate, but I still do like using Snowball analytics. It's just a very easy to use, simple platform. The changes that I made to my entire Excel spreadsheet has been very hectic, but I'm glad that I'm finally finished. It's not 100% finished, but I'm getting a lot closer to my end product that I'm super happy and super proud of. So one of the main changes is I've noticed that it was starting to be really hard to add more stocks to this Excel spreadsheet. It'll save me a lot of time in getting the formulas and the math all formulated right to where my numbers at the top are accurate. And that's exactly what I did. Was I put the monthly, quarterly, and annually numbers at the very top. You see the orange, green, and blue boxes. Like all of that is at the very top now. It used to be at the very bottom, but now it's at the top. That way, whenever I just want to go ahead and add a stock, all I have to do is just put it at the very bottom. You know that the green is the quarterly and the orange is the monthly. And all I have to do is just add it to the bottom and formulate it, and it'll automatically go ahead and give me the sum at the very top. And also, I went ahead and rearranged my total net worth. Like I wanted it to be as accurate as possible. So instead of just putting like random things down, like certain types of accounts that I don't hardly use, like I just wanted to liquidate those accounts and put them inside of my portfolio, like the Robinhood portfolio and the business value and savings account and interest account. Like I want these to be like my main portfolio accounts, and it'll be a whole lot easier to keep track of these accounts instead of just having like 20 different other interest or savings or portfolio accounts like Schwab and stuff like that, if I just simplify it and have these simple accounts, it'll be a whole lot easier to manage. And this is my monthly dividend tracker. I've had a couple changes with it, not much. I'm still going to be keeping track of the individual stocks every single month, but the changes that I had was I put the total of the stocks dividends at the very top underneath the month. And so whenever I want to add a new stock to my portfolio, all I have to do is just add it at the bottom, and then I'll have to formulate it properly to where I'm getting the monthly total, but as well as the annual total, and that'll be to the right, the far right. And then the section that's to the right of the total at the top, that's going to be how much dividends I've acquired yearly, like to date. If you like this type of content, then do me a favor and subscribe and like this video. I would really appreciate it. You can also find me on my X account where I talk about stocks and dividends and also changes that I might have inside my portfolio. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Join me next month for the next dividend update.